And Veda, you and I were doing commentary here for the Let Them Fight Magnitude pre-show, and we saw Valentina Vasquez, who was part of the tournament to crown the first ever Invictus Women's Championship. And you spoke about how she wants to refine herself in that division. But this is the woman who used to lead this division, led this division for over a year, the former champion, Vicious Vicki.
Well, I'm sure that Valentina has her eyes on the match, but you are right. Tonight it is all about Vicki and Edith Surreal. You mentioned that Vicki ran the division, but I will point out she's not wearing the championship right now because Edith Surreal has been champion for 210 days.
Right, the same night that we saw the tag team champions get crowned, we saw Vicious Vicki take her first loss as women's champion when Edith Surreal defeated her at Love and Let Die to become the new Invictus Women's Champion. And here's the thing, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this, Veda, because originally Edith Surreal was not the challenger that Vicki was supposed to face. Vicki was actually supposed to face Kaya McKenna for the Women's Championship that night, but Kaya unfortunately had an injury which has kept her out for an extended amount of time, and Kaya handpicked Edith Surreal as her replacement. And now Edith Surreal, the new champion.
Well, we have seen today a number of changes to the card, to the announced matches, and you just have to be ready for it. So in that way, I understand that Vicious Vicki might have thought that it was a little unfair, but it's card subject to change. We say it all the time. That's what happens in pro wrestling. But you mentioned Kaya McKenna, and I know that she picked Edith Surreal, but Kaya is back. She's wrestling again, and I know she's got to have eyes on this match as well. But Edith Surreal has never lost a title defense in her entire career. There have been times, where she is taken out by injury, etc., but she has never lost a championship defense.
And especially here at Invictus has defended that championship against Riley Shepard, Abby Jane. Sorry, that was Vicki, I apologize. She's defended that title against Davey N. So she's had one title defense here at Invictus Pro Wrestling. Vicki, while champion, defended the title four times successfully. She defeated Riley Shepard, Abby Jane, Erica Lee, and Becca while champion. Her first loss coming at the hands of this woman right here, Edith Surreal.
Introducing first, the challenger. Representing all of New Jersey, this is the vivacious, vicious Vicki!
Vicki not used to be called the challenger for the championship here at Invictus.
Not at all, or in a lot of other places. At one point, she was the Queen Midas of women's wrestling.
She is the first ever inaugural Invictus Women's Champion, Vicious Vicki!
Reminding everyone of her place in the history books as the first ever
and introducing her opponent, hailing from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, she is the current reigning and defending Invictus Pro Wrestling Women's Champion, the ephemeral queen, Edith Surreal!
And Edith Surreal getting right in the face of Vicki, not backing down.
Letting Vicki know that this is her division now. It is no longer led by the Vicious One.
As we see, our official Ref Crystal, who always does a splendid job.
Incredible job. We always talk about the competitors in these matches. I got to take a quick moment and just really put a lot of emphasis on Ref Crystal. A young, motivated, fantastic referee from here in the New York area.
For a moment, it looked like they were going for a lockup, but no such thing. This has gotten violent quickly, and Vicki, with the ground and pound immediately, maybe got a little hand on Edith's mask as well. Gonna need to be careful for that. You don't want to get disqualified in a championship matchup like this.
And there's some bad blood here, because remember, Edith Surreal is on Vicki's hit list.
Number 1 on the hit list, in fact.
Vicki rolling to the outside.
You brought up the fact, Al, that Vicki was at one point the Midas of the Northeast, having, what was it, at one point, 7 different championships from 7 different companies.
At the same time.
At the same time. Oh, right out here in front of us.
Oh, my
Edith
goodness.
is moving children out of the way, using the chairs here. And, you know, I have to say, Edith Surreal, I fought her. I've been friends with her for a long time. She's tough as they come, but I thought that the way this match started, it was more of the advantage to Vicki. And now finally Vicki is turning it around.
Shades of the good friend and mentor of Vicious Vicki, Dan Moff, with that double overhand smack to the chest of the ephemeral queen.
That one hurt me, and it didn't even happen to me.
You know, Vaden, I'm glad you brought that up because you have gone to battle with Edith Surreal herself, and I have to ask you, Edith brings a myriad of different styles to the ring. She can wrestle almost any type of match, and for a lot of opponents, that just throws them off.
Yeah, Edith, I would say, is mostly known for her technical prowess, for her lucha libre styles, but I have personally witnessed her be taken to the limit and take her opponent to the limit at places like Enjoy Wrestling. I watched her DVD Ziggy Hyam off of a set of speakers through 2 stacked tables. Edith can go. But right now, Vicki turning things around again, not even going for the cover, just doing whatever she can to just keep her hands on Edith Surreal.
This is personal for Vicki. Vicki wants her Invictus Pro Wrestling Women's Championship back. And can the woman who defeated her once defeat her again to retain that championship?
Well, this is not going to be an easy task for either.
Oh! Swinging neck breaker by Vicki.
Covered by the Vicious One.
And, you know, we talked about Kaya McKenna. We talked about Valentina. We talked about everyone else who has been in the women's division here at Invictus. I know that Vicki has this on her mind. You talk about her hit list, but if she loses tonight, she's going to go to the back of the line. And I think she knows that the competition is hot here.
Yes, it very much is. You know, we unfortunately, as we spoke about earlier, Valentina's original opponent, Kennedy Copeland. We've had Riley Shepard, who is trying to come back once again from injury. Davienne, Abby Jane, Erica Lee, Becca, Edith Surreal. The list goes on and on.
I might get in on this.
There you
honestly.
go. Veda Scott might get in there. You
heard it here first.
Right. You know, so the Invictus Women's Division is as deep as it can be, and you know, Vicki does not want to have to be behind all of these talented individuals because it'll be probably a long time before Vicki's able to challenge for that championship again.
Edith with another cover here, using all of her body weight to keep Vicki down, but not enough. And now Edith looking to go to maybe some of that limb work. She's very known for this.
And for those of you who are familiar with Vicious Vicki, she had to take time off due to a knee injury. And Edith Surreal working on that same knee that's still not fully 100%.
And it talks to the level of preparedness that Edith Surreal has, knowing that Vicki was out with that knee injury and going right to that, making that the #1 target and weakening an area that, listen, when you come back from an injury, you may still have the strength, you may regain your former abilities and stuff, but psychologically, it's still in there. You still worry every single time. When I used to play baseball, the first time that I tore my shoulder, you know, the next time I was back on that mound, it stood with me every single time. Every time I felt a twinge or a pull, I was always scared that I might have re-tore that shoulder.
Edith has gone right back to the knee. Has it barred and is keeping Vicki from being able to reach the ropes. Vicki, I noticed, keeps grabbing for the hair. Vicki with the cover. Rolling into a crucifix, but Edith now trying.
I thought the shoulders might have been down there, Veda.
Oh.
This goes to the preparation of Edith staying on that knee.
Look at the look on Vicki's face. In pain, absolute agony is Vicki as the ephemeral queen continues to put the entire weight of her body and the point of that knee into the back area where all the ligaments are in that kneecap.
That was more of a look of desperation on her face. Luckily for Vicki, the ropes were there. That knee might have taken some more damage.
We want to thank our sponsor of this match, the Smack Talk Showdown, for sponsoring this women's championship match here at Magnitude. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors here tonight that help make the dreams of Invictus Wrestling a reality.
Vicki throws up the boot. Edith caught it though, and right back to the knee. And here comes Vicki with a Polish hammer and a second one.
You gotta put the offense, you gotta be on the offensive. You can't continuously try to be on the defensive, because the way that Edith was going, Vicki would have never have found a way out and would have continued. Cover here by Vicki. Could she get her championship back?
And the look of frustration on the face of Vicki. And like you said, Pete, earlier, Vicki's not used to being the challenger. And should she lose this match, it's been a very long time since she's been at the bottom of the ladder.
Right.
Vicki with a big DDT, rocking Edith and went right on the top of her head. Vicki again going for the pin. Oh, that was close.
We almost had the title back around the waist of the Vicious One after that big implant DDT. But Vicki's got to get right back on her. Vicki's breathing hard. Vicki's not moving as fast as she should, not moving with intention.
No.
Edith got Vicki up on the shoulders. Vicki, though, out the back.
She went for that.
Oh, Edith Surreal, there's the roll-up version of a victory roll. And Edith Surreal can utilize every different kind of pin there is.
And right back to the knee. Oh, and Vicki is in a horrible position here.
That looks like the Venus flytrap. That looks like, yes, that is. That is the Venus flytrap, the signature finishing maneuver of Edith Surreal. That knee in agony, and there it is. Vicki tapping out.
And she had to make a choice, Pete. She either had to
Ladies and
try to
gentlemen,
tough
here is
this
your
one
winner
out
and
or live to
still
fight another day.
Invictus Pro Wrestling Women's Champion, Edith Surreal.
And again, that psychological advantage, the thought process, as you said, that knee under so much distress. Do you want to chance it? Do you want to push it and possibly injure it again? Vicki, unfortunately, tapping out, and Veda, as you said earlier, now to the back of the line of the very deep Invictus Wrestling Women's Division.
I know from experience that there is no escaping that Venus flytrap, and Edith Surreal always has it in her back pocket. It's just like I said, an inescapable weapon. It's a match ender.